Mate, what is going on here? Okay, can anybody who is in here right now head over to the other chat if it's still there or not and send people here, or has it been deleted? I should know that because I'm in control. I thought this would be easier for me to do everything. Oh, boys and girls, we bloody done it. Oh, all right, let me I'm really there's a lot there that I need to read that you guys are typing, so I'll just quickly say some things before I attempt to read that. Can you guys hear me okay? Or can you only see me? My mustache looks nice and straight. Thank you. We have done it again. Can see ya and hear great. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay, I'll just say a few things real quick just to clear up that. Definitely wasn't my fault at all. Um, I'm really sick. I've been sick the last few days, and I've the really annoying thing is about all of this, apart from letting all you guys down and being 45 minutes late to this live, is that I spent I spent so much money on getting all the cables and connections and stuff that I needed so that I could do this with my DSLR camera. Set it all up, working, no worries, all good. And then half an hour before the live is meant to go off, I start setting it all up, and the camera's secondhand. It's Scotty's old camera, and he warned me when he sold it to me that the touchscreen had started playing up since his last canoe trip, and I was like, "That's sweet. I'll see how it goes." And it happened on the very first video, and it hasn't happened since. But then tonight, half an hour before, yeah, about 5:30, the the camera just like completely went potato on me, just like just like I've gone potato on you guys. So I was battling with that because I really didn't want to go with the webcam or with my phone. I didn't want to go with my phone mostly because I just thought that it would be too hard to read the little read all the questions and whatnot. So anyway, we're here. Thank you to everybody who has stuck around and hasn't buggered off and just gone, this guy's an absolute clown. Okay, this is my first time in a live stream, so I still have no idea how any of this works. I'm just gonna try and try and read things here. Also on that, I bought a subscription to like a streaming app, which is really good, and I'd been like working out how to use all the custom functions on that. So I was gonna have like cool banners with topic ideas here and everything that I'd worked out, but I couldn't use the original scheduled chat room video thing with that because I had that set up to go through the app, so it wouldn't work. Don't even get me started. It wouldn't work. And then I tried to set up a new one, and that wouldn't work for some reason. And finally, we're here. So I'll stop talking for a minute, and I'll read some things. Oh, Scotty, soz mate, sod your dud. Correct. It's not his fault though. He did warn me out, and like immediately when it played up the first time, he was like, "Dude, send it back to me. I'll send you money immediately." But I was like, "It's only happened once. Maybe I can just get the LCD replaced." But yeah, it's gone full potato. Okay, outsource it next time, mate. 100% correct. Outdoor Mac, how you going, dude? You make having this channel quite fun actually with all your comments. J-Man, how are we? Taking bets, Matsy can lose something in a live feed from home. Oh, I love that. Well, my sanity, for one. Dramas all around, yes, correct. G'day, the Wandering Bushman. How are you, mate? Good things are worth waiting for. Thanks, appreciate that. Will there be bacon? No, not at this rate. I'll tell you that. Jason Sweeney, how are you, brother? Thanks for tuning in. I hope I didn't lose like half of you guys when I had to delete when I had to delete that other chat. What an idiot. How long have you had that hat for? It's seen things. Not long enough for it to look like this, let's put it that way. I think I had this when I bought this not long before I left the army, so, like, just over 3 years ago. Um, but it's been through, like, every outdoor activity with me, so it didn't take long for it to start to fall apart, especially once it gets some sweat in it and some salt water and stuff like that. This is so hard. This is why I liked the app that I had it set up on, because it was way easier to read all the questions and stuff. And you could have ones like highlighted. Anyway, let's face it, I probably would have cooked that too. No, I had 77 in the last chat, and now we're over 100. What the hell? This is so weird. This is so weird. So glad the YouTube algorithm suggested your videos to me about a week ago. Cheers, Brad. I appreciate that, mate. YouTube algorithm, hey, it's a funny beast. It's a very funny beast. I look like Henry Lawson's great grandson. I'm just gonna read I'm just gonna read and go from there. That's probably what you do, isn't it, in a live stream? Ben Norris, mate, you look, yeah, just read that. You let me wait so long, I thought I might subscribe to your channel. Go pay your bills. There you go, boys and girls. If I can run a YouTube channel and get to 10,000 subscribers with these technical skills, anyone can do it. Anything's possible. The Thrills hat barely hanging on. I've got a similar hat from Thrills, most comfortable cap ever. Yeah, I really like this hat. I've got a really funny head in a lot of ways, but it's really hard for me to find a hat that fits quite comfortably and I don't look like a little kid. So it's been really hard to find my own custom hat to put my own design on. That's quite like this, which would be sweet. I'm still looking though. If anyone knows, there's hats that look very similar, but they're not the same. Not the same. Justin, mate, are you in a bunker? Are you in a bunker, Matsy? Is there something we don't know? I so regret having this up behind me, honestly. It was the only thing I had large enough to block out the window because I filmed a gear review here earlier in the week on that belt rig, the Helicon belt rig that I used in my latest video. Justin, yep. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Can we get it? We've done it again, boys and girls. We've done it again. Live in the flesh. Cooked chicken Kiev out in the bush. That would be delicious, wouldn't it? Shout out. Hang on. The thing's moving too quick for me to read. Shout out to my partner, Pam. She loves the show. Pam. Shout out, Pam. It's weird doing shout outs like that, isn't it? Thanks, Pam. I really appreciate the support, and I hope you're enjoying the content. I hope you enjoy the content to come. Now I've scrolled. I've lost everything. I think I saw. Hang on. Hey, my sister is in here. I don't know, Amy. I don't know who's watching at your place, whether mum and dad are there or the girls are. Hello, hello to you all. Yeah, eat your water hats are good. I've seen those. Okay, I might have to pick one of those up and just see what the fit's like. And yeah, I have had an eye on them. Luke's little tribe. What's he got here? How many Captain Morgans are you going to sink tonight after the stress of this live stream? 500. I've actually got a cup of green tea because, yeah, I'm sick and my throat is really, really quite sore. So there was a bit of yelling before we got this up and running. I need to order a Swagman shirt because I live in hot stinking Queensland. Yes, you do. Actually, on that, I do have some merch in the works. I did, for those of you who, am I yelling? I hope I'm not absolutely capping out the audio and it's really annoying because I'm excited and trying to catch up. So I'm yelling. Sorry. Yeah, I've got some merch in the works. I got Scotty. Scotty's gone walkabouts to to come up with a design for me, and it's sick. So I've put it on a shirt and a hoodie. They haven't arrived yet, just as samples, and we'll go from there. But it's really cool. Tristan, why is that? Okay, so when you tag me, that comes up orange, it seems, and then it's easy for me to see it. Tristan, hey mate, can you tell us about how you got into this whole YouTube lark? What's the silly Swagman origin story? Also, when I use the scroll thing, it stays there. So if I scroll down, it's probably going to be a million questions. So I'll answer that. How did I get into this whole YouTube thing? So when I was in the army, I was up in Darwin, and I started watching like Joe Robinette and a few other like Canadians and Americans doing this sort of stuff, or maybe only a couple others because there wasn't too many people doing it. And like, as you know, I'm not really that camera savvy, but I've always liked using cameras and just like for a bit of photography and just like hobby stuff. And I had this idea, like after I started watching some of those channels, that it was something that I would like to get into. And then it wasn't long after that, I got onto Scotty's channel and started watching a whole bunch of his videos. And I was just like, that's what I want to do. That's 100% what I want to do. If I leave the army, I always said if I left the army, I wouldn't just go and settle for like whatever job came up. Like I just because the army did provide you with so much, and I thought I want to do something that I really would be passionate about if I leave the army. So I had the YouTube thing in my head before discharging, and I had actually reached out to Scotty, and we had a little chat. I don't even know if he remembers, but I think he might, and I think that's why I was able to down the track get on a vid with him. But basically, it was just an idea. I left the army, went on a road trip, and then I I did my first bushcraft course with Bushcraft Survival Australia. Shout out Gordo. Um, and I was hooked. I was just hooked on bushcraft and everything after that. And it was pretty soon after that that I think I started to think about the channel properly and went out and filmed it. I'm ranting. I'm absolutely waffling. But that's where it started. And yeah, I did that first video, and I just really enjoyed it. It just everything that I was interested in, it was just there in one little box. Mucking around with the camera, being outdoors, practicing a bit of bushcraft. Like who doesn't like, camping and just hiking and stuff? And then editing, I'm sort of lucky that editing is hours. It takes so long to edit a video, but I enjoy it. I enjoy the process. So yeah, that's one thing. If you're really good at using a camera and you enjoy hiking and whatnot, to go and start a channel like this, cool. But if you really don't enjoy the editing, it's going to be hard. You would have to outsource it because it's a big, big old job. I think I need to keep moving because that was one question and took me about half an hour to answer. I'm just going to scroll right down again, and then we'll kick things off from there. Did a course with Gordo. He's a legend. He is. He's a funny character, isn't he? He's actually a really funny character. All right, I'll just tap back into that story real quick. So when I was in the army, they have sort of survival courses that they run. And I kept trying to jump on one, but for some reason they don't come up for the infantry very often, which I find wild considering we're the guys that are out on the ground in the bush without a vehicle. And then the one time that it came up, and my secco or whoever reached out to me, was like, "Hey Matsy, like there's a spot on a survival course. You want to jump on it?" I was about to do some real crappy promotional course that I absolutely hated my time on. So I missed out on it. The one time it came up, I was on another course and I missed it. But then when I jumped on this bushcraft survival course with Gordo and he starts introducing himself, I realized he's the guy that actually runs those survival courses up in Darwin. So I was like, whoa, that's crazy that I tried to go on that course so many times and now here I am, I'm finally on it outside of the army. So had to pay for it though, didn't I? Worth it though. Oh, hang on. What the hell? Hang on. People are sending money. I don't even know where that's going. Hang on. I need to reply to those, don't I? Oh, what the hell? People are sending money. This is I shouldn't say that out loud unless you guys can see that too. I don't know. This is what's protocol with live stream. Oh, where is it? Nomad Dad, how you going, mate? Um, thank you. I really appreciate that. That is huge. I'll God, I'm absolutely talking crap. How long were you in the army for, and what was your role? Lastly, what was your most memorable moment while serving? So how long was I in the army? I was in the army just over 5 years. So the contract for infantry is 4 years, and yes, in just a little over 5 years. What was my role? Like I just said, actually, I was in the infantry, and I ended up specializing in reconnaissance. My most memorable moment. It's so hard. While I was in the army, and I'd come home just to visit and be on holiday or whatever. People would ask me things, and I always had a story. I always had a story. But since leaving, I think when I first left the army, it was really difficult because I realized when I was trying to tell someone something, or they'd ask and I'd try to tell a story, even if the story sounded sort of hectic, and they were like, "Oh, that's crazy." I knew that they didn't know how crazy, and it's one of the hardest things about serving. It doesn't even have to be the army. It could be anything like that you do that's just crazy that a lot of people don't have exposure to, and it was really hard for me to like. I don't know. It's weird. It makes it very difficult to talk about things that you've done in the army just because they don't fully grasp how like the gravity of the story you're telling them. So you end up just stopping, and so I haven't like even thought about like memorable moments and stuff for so long. Actually, I got one story. This is just literally just popping in my head. We were we were doing we were doing this like selection training for a competition called the Duke of Gloucester Cup, and it's an infantry competition, and they get a section, so it's 8 guys from each battalion around the country to come together in this week long. I think it's like 5, 6, 7 days infantry competition where you just out your section, moving through the bush, going through a whole bunch of different scenarios that you might come into in the battle space. And so we're doing this lead up training, and we go down into this dry riverbed, which is weird. We never go into dry creek beds and riverbeds because they say it's just like a safety hazard because it could flood at any second and stuff like that. Regardless, we were down in there, and I was posted down the southern end of this dry riverbed. And remember, we're in the Northern Territory, and maybe like 50 meters from us, that's where some water actually started, and it just looked swampy as. And we were posted down that end, and we were like, good. So there's 100% crocs in that water, and at some time during the night, they're going to crawl out and nab one of us. So anyway, we're laying there, gets dark, and everything comes alive. Everything starts moving around. There is like a million birds in the trees when you didn't hear any during the day. There's frogs galore. And when also there was a snake. There was a snake in the creek bed, a dead snake. And it was like frozen with its head up, like off the ground with its fangs open. And it was just frozen to death. I don't know what happened to it. So we knew they were down there. And got to the point where you start doing picket. So who was I with? I was with McNally. Shout out McNally, and I was with Scotty Mills, and I was in the middle. They all crashed out. I'm now on picket, and I think it's something happened, and McNally sat up, and we could hear something sort of scuttering along, but it sounded quite big. To me, what I could sort of see through my MVG, because I couldn't quite make it out, was like echidna-sized, but it was moving really quick. And I was like, is that a giant rat or what is that? Next minute, it just comes running towards us. And we see it at the last second. This giant rat just runs straight over the top of Scotty, who's asleep, like straight over his head. And we're like, "Ah, dude!" And he like jumps up and he's like, "Whoa, what?" And we're like, "Man, a giant rat just ran straight over your face." And he goes, "Oh," and then just goes straight back to sleep immediately. No idea how. Yeah, that was, I don't know. That was a good story. It was, well, was it? Maybe it wasn't a good story, but it was a funny experience just because it was, yeah, it was crazy being down in that dry bed and everything was coming to life. Anyway, that was a long story. Hope I answered that for you. Uh, Dave, we've done it again, mate. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, I'm just going to read some more here. The Hunter's Ministry. What was your role in the army? I answered that. Go Pink. Jim, how are you, mate? Go Pinkfish. Good to see your face again, man. So Jim, he's a dude that I got to know over a number of bushcraft courses of Gordo's. And if some of you have done those courses, you might know Nero, Jim, me, and a few others were in a group together. There was only 3 groups on this bushcraft course, and we just decided to call our Group 6, just to mess with Gordo. And at some point, we were near a beach, getting some materials, and there was a plastic pink fish. So we became Group 6 Pinkfish. That was the group name. And that's why if you see me with the shirt on with the Simpsons hellfish, the pink hellfish on it, that's what that is. Jim actually bought a whole bunch of those shirts and handed them out to us. So there you go. Good to see you, Jim. I hope you weren't there for my big technical issues at the start. I'm really good with this stuff. Uh, Tuning in from Brighton, UK. James Rich, how you going, mate? That's really weird. That's so strange that people just watch this stuff from like all over the planet. Hey, that is so wild. This stuff still blows my mind. Oh gosh. Jason Sweeney, hello, mate. I think I've already said hello to you. Simon McDonald, discovered your channel a few weeks ago. Fantastic to see more Aussie content out there. Thanks, mate. Yeah, I agree. I feel like there's more popping up all the time, and yeah, it's wicked. Josh Dart, do you still have the van? I don't know if any of you remember one of my early vids. It's not there anymore. I showed you the van that I kitted out. I don't have the van. I ended up selling that, can't remember, maybe a year ago or a little bit more. Yeah, that was a sick van. I got that when I first got out of the army, and I just wanted a project, and I wanted to go road tripping in it. So Carly and I decked this thing out, and we did a road trip for a few months. We went all the way up to the Daintree rainforest and then back down, but we were gone, yeah, a few months, and it was cool. Yeah, it was sad to see it go, but like I needed to. I'm not made of money, so I had to sell the thing. For anybody thinking about doing up a van and just like just living in it, just do it. Hey, it is so much fun. Even if you just go for a few months or whatever, like just do it. Best thing we ever did. What do we got here? Scotty's art is cool. Can't wait to see it. Yeah, Scotty's art is wicked. He does some great stuff. It's funny because he's like showing me a few things in the past. And he's like, that was pretty rubbish. I did that like years ago. And I'm like, that's one of the best drawings I've ever seen. What are you talking about? You're yelling with a kiss. Yep. Sorry. Am I yelling, guys? Like, is it really annoying? Nah. Nah, he says. You're not. No, you're fine. Okay. Cheers, guys. I mean, I know I am yelling. I just want to make sure it's not coming through the microphone really badly. Yes. Yep. Yes, I am yelling. Hang on. There's so many questions. The 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 wandering bus. Thank you very much. And that says they've donated and they've said this is to go towards your new hat. Hopefully a new custom hat. That would be sweet. Now, imagine if I bought out a custom hat that came with, whoop, that came with the custom tape on it. That'd be hilarious. I've got to scroll down the bottom because Ranson. Hey, Eric off track. Are you saying, hey, I'm Eric off track? Or are you saying, hey, don't know. Or is Eric off track in here and you're saying hello to him? I don't know how this stuff works. Turn your volume down. Oh, yeah. Telling that person who said I'm yelling. Yeah, tell him. Turn it down, mate. I'll get out of here. No, kidding. How Tim Sams, how much to shave the mo? Not happening, hey. Not happening. I didn't even have this thing until I don't know, a few years ago. And now it's just who I am. Literally, I grew this mustache and I was like, oh, I was meant to have this thing on my face this whole time. That's why I looked weird. Oh well, live and learn. Has Fango and Banjo gone camping together? That'd be a great story. Hello, Duffy Norris Bailey. No, but we've spoken about it and it'll definitely happen. Our dogs sound quite similar in a lot of ways. I think that they would really get along. The Fango is he's a mental case though, so I'd really like to get see if I can get him in here in a minute. Thing is, once he's settled for the night, you're like, good. Don't wake him up. Leave him there because he's finally settled. So I think it'd be cool to get him in here though, wouldn't it? Penny, I'm currently experiencing the worst pregnancy. Oh, and I'm living my best life through your videos. Many thanks. Oh, that's cool. Congratulations. Ah, that's awesome. Hang on. We've done it again. I keep seeing that. So good. You've done it again. Congrats on reaching the 10K. Thank you, dude. Yeah, that's honestly, that's wild. Eric off track. How you going, mate? You are in here. Okay, time for a serious question. What's the next cocktail you'll be making in the bush? You know what's funny? After I filmed that, I was like, oh, I should have done I've forgotten. What's that, Scotty? I don't know if you're still in here. Probably not. What's the one that Scotty made on his recent canoe video? With the other dude Xander. It was one of the. I was thinking I should have made one of those, and then yeah, amaretto sour, and then he ended up making one in that video, and I was like, there you go, the gods have spoken. Amaretto sours. Anyone who hasn't had one, make one. They are delicious. They're so good. I'm waffling like madness. Like by the time I answer one question, 50 comments have come through. Off-road guy, how was life in the ADF? Big question. That will take me forever to answer. Without going into specifics and details, I'll try to say it like this. When you get into the army, and I'm going to speak specifically about the infantry because I think it is the gnarliest job out there. When you get into the infantry, if you've gone through the training and it's like rocked you, and by the time you get to battalion, you're just thinking like, man, I regret this. I wish I was anywhere else. You are going to go through hell for the next 4 years until you can get out. I saw dudes around me who were like that, and I just remember thinking, this is not the place I would want to be if I was not, loving it. Because I loved it. I frothed it. When I got there, I was like, this is the best job in the world. I've done it. I've made it. This is it. I get to just like shoot weapons, train, and I don't know. It's hard to explain. I thought it was wicked. Outdoor Mac. Here we go. Matsy left too many pouches open. Couldn't in good conscience stay in. Yeah, it's funny. I've said this before. I didn't even know that I was clumsy until I started this YouTube channel. Because when I was in the army, I literally didn't lose a single item, and there's probably one or two of my mates in here I served with who will say that. Never lost a single item. At the end, when you go to discharge, you have to hand back all your items, and it is like it's hundreds of bits of kit, like little tiny things that you'd lose around your house. And I had every single item, and now I could lose that pack raft if I don't, keep my eye on it. It's crazy. I think it's because I was so, I don't know. Maybe it's just because one, I cared about my job, and two, they just train you to be accountable for your gear. Whereas now I'm just like, I'm chilling. I'm just camping for fun, losing my gear. It's all good. Craig Sloan, how we going, mate? A veteran never asks if he did something worthwhile in his life. But that is a great statement. I love that. Philip Dunn, hey mate, how you going? And oh, Ben Norris, have you had any injuries, and what's the worst injury you ever had? I've been so lucky most of my life, injury wise. I got through the army with. Actually, no, I did get some injuries in the army. I can't even remember what you call it. What's the thing? I'm going to pronounce this wrong. I got fasciitis in both my feet really badly, where I would hop out of bed in the morning, and as soon as my feet would touch the tiles, like they hadn't even flattened out yet, like I would get this severe pain in both my feet, and I couldn't even like walk around. And I went to see the podiatrist, and got told I had to wear trainers around the house. So first thing I would do in the morning is put trainers on with the correct soles in them. And eventually I've worked out now that my feet actually seem to be fine now. That was from another selection thing and just not looking after my feet, really. I mean, you can't in the infantry. You just got to do the job. And then the minute I got out of the army, I joined one of my old soccer teams, and I jumped up for a header. Someone ran in late to contest it and like knocked me sideways. And as I came down, the whole weight of my body just went over my knee, hyperextended it. I still don't know what I did to it, because it was literally like a couple of days before Carly and I were meant to go away in that van for our 3-month road trip. So I was like, no, it'd be sweet. I mean, I'm walking around, no worries. And it's still cooked to this day. And when I run, haven't been running for ages, which is depressing because I love running. I started. What was I just saying? I started running again, and I was running 10Ks a few times. And I was like, oh, sweet. If I'm running 10Ks, then surely it's fine. And then on the last run I did, which was a couple months ago, it just like cooked out in the last 10 meters of the run. And it's weird though, because I don't notice it when I'm hiking, even with the pack on, climbing down cliffs with Scotty. Really strange. Those are the two main ones. And my hearing's a bit cooked from some shooting. I thought Matsy could cut an onion as well as he can cook bacon. Thank you. A lot of onion emojis going on here. That's good. Get around it. I was thinking I'll just release a merch shirt with just an onion there. That's it, just an onion. Everyone should stop commenting on Scotty. Keep asking his question, and Matsy can't ignore it. Oh, all right. Let me scroll up. I like Luke's tagged Scotty here. He secretly sees your question, but he's too scared to answer. Where is it? Scotty, write it again. Oh, people. Thank you to everyone who's sending in these. Scotty, he hasn't written it in again. I'm going to answer Scotty's question in a second, but to everybody who is sending through donations right now, because obviously, like, I'm missing heaps of them and not reading your questions, which is like horrible. This is horrible. Thank you so much, because going full time with this thing, it was like I called it. It was a major leap of faith. What's the best way to explain it? I'm losing money at like a rapid pace right now, but the channel is growing, and like it's gonna work out. It's definitely gonna balance out. But right now, because it's super early days, like I'm losing money. So all these donations is wicked. Like I'm fine. I'm fine though. I'm not like I don't have $2 in my bank account. Like I'm okay. But this stuff will literally help pay the rent and put food on my table and onions that I'll chop poorly. So thank you. I appreciate it. Don't donate if you can't afford to. It's fine. I'll be fine. But everybody who has donated, thank you. I really appreciate it. I would rather YouTube pay me and any sponsor work I get down the track. I would rather them pay me. Scotty sent, thank you, Caleb. Scotty sent, don't skip my question, you dog. Okay. As a 35-year-old man, are you ashamed that you can't cut an onion properly? Guess what, mate? I don't care. I'll chop that onion any way I want and just pop it in that dish. End of story. That's it. That's all I've got to say on that matter. Only a dweeb cares about how another man cuts an onion. We got your back power. Remember to tell people to share. It's free. That's it. That's right, mate. Correct. Yeah. Guys, the best way for you guys to help the channel is everything that you've been doing, commenting on the videos and liking the video and sharing it. Like, you don't even have to say anything. If you just like copy the link and share it on Facebook or Instagram, whatever. Even if one person watches it, that one person might subscribe, and that all helps. Put that on a shirt, dweeb. Would you go on the show alone? Yes, I 100% would. Yes. I don't know if I can talk on any of that, but I'm not on it. I don't know if I'll apply next year. I don't know. Always munted. Excellent name. Your guts don't care what it looks like. 100%. All tastes good. If it hasn't been asked already, are you going to be on the next Alone Australia? No, sadly not. A few people around me, you probably... hang on. Try barefoot shoes for knee and your plantar fasciitis. Worked for me, but transitioned into them slowly. Thanks, Linda. Yeah, I've actually had a few people recommend that in the past, or maybe it was something I read. Yeah, that's right. Well, the fasciitis seems to be sweet now, but the knee, yeah, okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Nick M, how you going, mate? What's your best trip this year? You know what? Even though I lost my keys, maybe the trip that I did with Luke and Scotty. I would say that trip for a few reasons, just because it was a lot of fun. Like the banter was great. There was fish. It's just fun hanging out with those two characters. And then like even once I finished editing the video, it was still enjoyable for me to watch. That was a great trip. But also the Packrafting trips with Scotty are always sick. Like they're unreal. I love them. A lot of fun. Just being able to look around you at the gorges and everything and just go and just know that like not that nobody, but not many people see that specific area that you're passing through right now. Like I love that feeling. Josh Berry, you would miss Fango too much to go on alone. Yeah, 100%. Be free, DMC. How you going, dude? When will we see a philosophy according to Matsy book? I've had this said a lot, and I reckon I would 100% love to do something like that. That would be fun. I might maybe something I have to do in a few years when I'm much wiser. When I've said some other random philosophical things in my videos and just compile them with photos or something. Cliffy Clifford start a poll with her to keep the mower wax it. Paul McDonald, how you going, dude? That was so good to watch you three together. Yeah, I think it's a good dynamic, us three, where our interests are all the same, but like our character and personality are quite different. So it's funny. David, another packrafting trip planned. I need to see that amazing net again. The wide brim one, like the sort of black and purple and blue one. I've got it up there somewhere. I'll get it in a second. Yeah, packrafting trip coming up. Scotty and I going on another one, and he's actually just been sending me some messages about some more like bigger, hectic ones. So I've got to look into those. Yeah, packrafting trips are great. I will say this, because I know that you watch the videos and you're like, I want to go get a pack raft. I thought the same thing. It can be dangerous very quickly. The power of that water, even when it just looks like it's flowing steady, your feet, when they're in the water, you can feel that power. And as soon as you land in that water, the water's going to do what it wants. So anybody who's thinking about getting a pack raft, just like, obviously I'm the last person who should be given advice on pack rafting trip, but like me, I've got no experience pack rafting. So I feel like I can sort of speak on it. I've got no experience with pack rafting, and when I go in that water, um, like it can be terrifying. So just consider that stuff. Do a course even. I've been looking to maybe catch up with someone who has a lot more experience in the water and stuff, because it's real. It's not all fun and games in the back raft. I've clicked something and now I've got a menu in the way. All right, here we go. Sil, yeah, where has that outro song gone? And what was the song and who sang it? Is that the one KDD? I did link that. I'll have to get the link off my mate. It's my mate's. Well, it's my friend. She sings it. Yeah, I really like it too. I was just trying to mix it up, because unfortunately, half people were saying, "I love that song so much," and half were saying, "Oh, that song's really annoying that you play at the start." And it was like, am I gonna lose people right at the start of the video because it's just not their taste in music? Like, there's every chance that's happening. So I was like, I better mix it up so it's not all the time. But KDD, yeah, if you follow me, I'll share it on YouTube as well. But yeah, I'll get the link to the song. But unfortunately, she recorded the version that I've got in the videos years ago, and the link that I've got to the full song, she must have had to re-record it, and it's like it's a little bit different. So hang on. Yes, do a collab with Bo Miles. That would be sick. I reckon that would be hilarious. Hey, someone, everybody go on Bo Miles' page right now and tag me and just be like, do a video with him. Power of the people. Don't do that. Oh, you can if you want. Sorry guys, I'm losing track here. Let me go to the bottom. We'll start at the bottom again. Brad Anderson. How you going, dude? Hey Matsy, do you still surf? Do I still surf? So I didn't surf until I left the army, and I was doing a road trip back down from Darwin, and I was just at every single beach on the way down going, I need to start surfing, because I grew up on the northern beaches. So I was always at the beach. I just didn't surf for whatever reason. I have no idea. So I started surfing, and like I can stand up, and that's about it. I can't do anything cool, and I haven't been back out for I don't know, over a year, maybe 2 years. But I have been thinking this summer I would like to get back at it because it's a lot of fun. Yeah, that's another thing. Anybody thinking about surfing, just go and do it because it's so much fun. That first wave you catch, I was like, I must look like a madman because I was screaming like, yeah, because it just felt cool. Anyway, this is a problem with live streams, isn't it? Like anything you say, it's already done. It's already said. Everyone's heard it, even if you regret it. Amy Outdoors, how you going, Amy? Getting out in the canoe again soon? Yes, actually. So it was meant to be a canoe trip. It was actually meant to be tomorrow. But I've been really sick. So I was going to change the canoe trip to something less physical, because I think I look and sound like I'm fine now, but that's because I'm on a high from reading all these comments. But I've been pretty much bedridden. uh, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get out in that canoe. I've bought a few bits and pieces to rig up on the canoe for good angles and stuff with the cameras. So I'm really keen. I actually want to try and get Fango out in the canoe as well. So I've got to find somewhere I can do that and camp with him. Because he's sat in the canoe. I've had him in the canoe when it's just been outside on the ground, and he doesn't seem bothered. But when it's in the water, it might be different. I don't know. He likes the water though. He swims. David Phyllis, how you going, mate? That's someone I served with. How you going, dude? I went through Singo with him. We went through Kapuka as well. Yeah, we went through Kapuka and Singo together. So we got some stories. Have you always had a sexy rig? Yeah. Unfortunately, I've always had a sexy rig. David, you would have seen me go from a boy to a man actually at Singo, wouldn't you? Through the army days. Um, that's a weird comment. Daniel Dallison, how are you, mate? How are you liking the trout fishing, and would you give fly fishing a go? I've loved it, hey. And obviously after my latest video, heaps of people, and for once, finally people were giving like constructive, not even criticism, just like feedback and tips on how to like fish for trout specifically. I was expecting people just to absolutely rage me, but it was good. So I've already got way more up here ready to go next time. Yeah, trout fishing is fun, and like it's such a beautiful fish as well. Like one to look at and two to eat. So yeah, fly fishing. Yeah, I would love to. It's another thing. Like, yeah, I want to get into hunting as well, but it's another thing that will take up a lot of my time. Fly fishing might work though, because like what Scotty does, he works it into his content. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's more. It's a lot of money that I can't afford to do it right now, just to get another rod and all that gear. Nistel, how you going, dude? Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Oh, there we go. Let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. Well done, Nistel, mate. Congratulations. Craig Slow, Bo Miles message bombed for collab on you, dude. Yes. Did anybody see that podcast that Bo Miles did with Hamish Blake? That was great. Hamish and Andy were the dudes back in the day, weren't they? Hilarious. Dogs are A1, the best, non-comparison to other human forms. I agree. I absolutely agree. Dogs are the best. Carly and I were walking Fango through the absolute hammering down rain today, like full raincoats on, just looking miserable. Dog looked miserable. And I said to her, I was like, I bet there's people driving past us right now who are cat people, and they're just like idiots, absolute morons. And then we were both sort of like, no, they're morons. If you're cat people, not morons, damn it. My throat is getting really sore. Have you tried a stealth camp? No, not really. Not like a proper stealth camp, in terms of like a YouTube sort of stealth camp. No, I haven't. Duffy Norris Bailey again. Have you guys had issues with national parks like Rob Parsons in Tassie? No, I haven't. Not that I'm aware of for Scotty. I shouldn't speak on Scotty's behalf, but no, not yet. It's the license thing's a lot easier here, fortunately for New South Wales. It's funny, Scotty and I say it a fair bit. New South Wales is always branded like the nanny state, or it has been. Honestly, like we've got it pretty good here compared to like, especially Queensland. You can't wild camp in Queensland. Well, you can't wild camp in Queensland. Do the right thing, boys and girls. We've got it pretty good. This is a problem because I read comments out like as I'm reading it, and so it could be something rude or weird. Caleb, I've been trying to make content, but sometimes I hit a block while filming and just turn off the camera. Do you have any advice for pushing through the block? I really like your failed trip vid. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's a really good question, actually. Yeah, it happens a lot. Well, maybe not a lot, but it happens. It happens pretty often. What do I do? I turn off the camera. I just turn it off, and I just remind myself. I'm like, you look around you, like, look where you are. You're gonna have fun whether you film this or not. Turn off the camera, and I'll just like make some food or whatever. Finish setting up camp. Not worry about the camera, and then you'll find that the place you're in eventually will inspire you to want to pick the camera up again and continue filming. And I've learned to know that that's what happens. So it's a lot easier to put the camera down now, knowing that it'll just start happening again. The motivation will come back. So you go. I hope that helps, mate. Aussie Phil, what's your favorite river to camp on? How you going, mate? The Colo River's pretty cool. Shoalhaven River's pretty cool. There's a lot of really nice rivers. Some are a lot easier to access than others. Josh Berry, Narrabeen Lake is great to try the canoe with Fanga. Yeah, actually, that's exactly what I was going to do. Yeah, that's a great idea. Cliffy cats are awesome too. Fair enough, mate. Yeah, they are. Hang on, I'm trying to read some things from people. New South Wales, South Coast, Oath, Chev. Yes, 100%. South Coast is a beautiful place. Luke's little tribe. Vico is where it's at. I'm actually Luke and I have been talking about me getting down there so that we can head out into some of the high country there, which I'm really keen to do. That'll be sick. Who's watched Luke's recent video where he did it like a 60-kilometer hike around the outback of Australia? And did anybody see his cooking skills? Because I believe he needs a little roasting, just like his rabbit. I'm just trying to deflect here. No, that was a sick video, Luke. I actually was like, some of those scenes, I remember them at 6 minutes, right on 6 minutes, and right on 18 minutes. Those scenes made me want to be out there so bad. Jamin Newell, Matsy equals turn camera off. Did I turn my camera off? Or was that a joke related to something that I've missed? Can you guys hear me and see me still? Yeah, cool. Yep, he burnt it bread bad, great videos. Yes, he did. Yep, he made that damper and it came out looking like a Pokeball, didn't it? And what Pokemon did it have inside the Pokeball? Not too bad damper. That's what it had inside it. Luke says, best tasting rabbit meal in the Southern Hemisphere. Nomad Dad, he charcoaled that rabbit. Yes, he did. Oh, Nick M, did Luke find his knife? I don't know if I want to. Luke, can I tell him? I don't know if. Look, yeah, he did. He found the knife. Yeah, thank the Lord he found that knife because it's a nice knife, not cheap. R&N Blades. Look up Herb, look up Rob Herbert. I've probably tagged it before anyway, but beautiful knives made here in Australia. Yeah, they're great. I thought he cooked the rabbit to use as charcoal to light a fire later on. Nice one, probably. Yeah, bushcraft. Eddie in the outdoors. I feel really sorry for the rabbit. Luke, vid was epic. Think he's talking about my camera not working at the start. Yeah, 100%. Silly Swagman pull off a great Luigi in the history mystery, the one in the old shack. That was a sick little video. Hey, that shack was mental. It was hectic. Cheese Toasty, be more bush tucker man, not so much Russell Coit. Yeah, Look, I wish. I would love to be more like that, but unfortunately, like, it's more natural for me, like, me being myself is me, how you see now and how I am in the videos. Did start out, had a couple videos where I wasn't being full serious, but I was trying to be a little bit more educational, which I am trying to, again, bring in some more stuff like that, but I would watch it and be like, I don't know, I don't like the feel of this video, it doesn't seem right." So I think it's good to still do some bushcrafty things and have a few, like, bits and bobs I can share with you guys along the way, but me being silly is literally just me being myself, and it's the easiest way to be. So always be yourself in whatever you do. It's the easiest way to film yourself and whatever, because you don't have to pretend. Means you don't have to act, which would be exhausting. Or the shack was off tap, awesome spot. Yeah, it was. Nicole Watson, how you going? Hello, Nicole. Glad I watched Luke Little Travis videos before the knife spoiler. I know that's I panicked a bit there, didn't I? Um, oh, he just said always spoiled vid. Spoiled vid. I did. Damn it. No coming back. That's what I'm talking about, these live streams. It's you got no can't go back. It's too late. Uh, ruined the vid. Great video. Great videos though. Go watch them. Moving along. Jesse Osborne, Dead Set Legend. Hope it all works out for you, Blake. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that. I hope it does too. I really hope it does. Ryan, don't change. I won't. Thank you. There's a few people in there. Look, I think you can read these comments anyway, but people are saying hello to you. Eric off track. Seriously though, how did you not crap your pants in that check? I don't know. I got home and I was Carly. So Carly's my partner, and she was with her friends like the next day or like a couple of days later after I filmed that. And they're like, "Oh yeah, what's Jason up to?" Just told you my first name. And what's Matsy up to? Live stream. She was like, "Oh, he went and stayed in this old shack." And they're like, "Oh, like an Airbnb." And she was like, "No, it's just some random shack." And they're like, "Oh, did he build it or did his friend build it?" And she was like, "No, he just got told about it and then slept in it and filmed a video." And as she was telling me that, I was like, "It is a bit weird, isn't it, that I just went and stayed in that cabin when I don't know who owns it or anything?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "That is a bit weird." Like, I hadn't thought about how weird it was until until then. That's life, though. Gotta live it to the fullest, and if it means sleeping in a creepy old cabin, do it. Luke's little tribe, haha, we love you, mate. Thanks, mate. Love you too. Legend. Ben Rohde, silly do-it-yourself bushcraft 100%. I want to see Silly Goose makeshift anything. Thanks, mate. If you saw my latest vid and you saw that shelter, obviously not even a 1% complete shelter. I wasn't even going to pretend it was. I do know how to make a shelter. It takes a long time to build one. Any YouTube videos where you see someone throw one together, I guarantee you, if it's decent, they've been out there minimum one full entire day. It takes a long time. And another thing, it depends where you are and what sort of materials you have to work with. Where I was, it was all like gum trees, so dead branches are not straight. So even if I did do it properly, it would have taken forever. Caleb, are you looking at a Sydney meet and greet anytime? So I haven't got anything in the works or planned, but that's one of the things that I want to put together. That was one of the things like that went into the whole idea about going full time, because there's so much stuff, including meet and greets, that I really want to be able to do to build the community and meet the people who are supporting and helping make all this possible. So yeah, I definitely will be working on a meet and greet. That's for sure. There's so many cool ways we could do a meet and greet as well, like a big camping thing or like I don't know, um, hiring somewhere with a screen and doing little vids, eating popcorn. Don't know. Um, Jim Ponton, who I did the bushcraft courses with from Group 6 Pink Fish, he says, can confirm you are capable of making a shelter. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Jack McGrath, +1 on the meet and greet. Yeah, oh no, it's definitely happening. That'd be sick. Oh, Alton can shout some kegs for the meet and greet. Yeah. So on that, this is actually why I'm sick. So I flew up to Brizzy. I flew up to Brizzy on Thursday and went to Alton's new limited run of craft beer, the launch party, and it was at the Green Beacon Brewery, and they basically collabed on a beer called the Eastern Trail Ale. So I went there and I was basically to do meet and greets with people, like on behalf of Alton, as the silly swagman though. And it was the first time doing it. I had no idea how it was going to go. And it was actually a lot of fun. It was a really great night, but it was nonstop talking and just going around making sure everyone was sort of having fun and comfortable and just like answering questions and stuff about the channel as well. And just with the flight there and the flight back and sleep, I never sleep well in a hotel room just because, I don't know, the pillows are never comfortable. They're never good. So I think I just ended up sort of exhausting myself, and I just got really sick the next couple of days, and my throat is sore. So yeah, I think that the beer is now actually available to everyone else now via the Green Beacon Brewery company website, maybe. But it's actually good. It was actually really good beer. I was like, man, this is gonna be awkward if that beer's actually horrible. But it wasn't. It was delicious, and I drank plenty. No, my dad. I'd come all the way from South Australia for a meet and greet. That would be wicked. Yeah, I don't know. So many plans for meet and greets. I would travel too to other places to make it fair. That'd be good. Alton made you sick. Grab the pitchforks, fellas. Yeah, let's get them. This is dangerous. Nah. So yeah, I don't think it's sick. I think it's just, how you have one too many like big days, late nights, whatever. You just get exhausted and then you get sick. I think it's that. Tristan, oh man, Green Beacon is fantastic beer. Yeah, they do have really nice beer. I've known about Green Beacon for a long time before that collab. Where are the Alton blokes camping if there is no wild camping out there? Yeah, fully. So you can camp, but it's like designated. It's designated wild camping locations, and then other campgrounds that are already established you can camp at. But I know that they do travel as well to do some of their filming and photography in epic places. Also, it is small. It's pretty much like the owner, Sam, and then a couple others really like, and they're great. They're great people. So yeah, it's so easy for me to get behind Alton as a small grassroots homegrown company just because they're legends. It's just easy. The kit is cool and they're cool. I really like catching up with them, and I go up for those interviews and stuff. Dave F gets drunk, blames the pillow. Cheese Toasty, what's the story with the hat? I've already sort of covered that off, but basically it just started falling apart. And the reason I put the tape on is because all of this material here came away on that side. So it was just like the top part would spring up and the bottom part would spring down. So I put the tape on while I was out there filming, and I just never took it off because I was like, I'll do it one day. Didn't. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Always Monday says Bucketies Aussie Hazy. Yeah, Bucketies. Funny story, mate. Shout out Bucketies. What are the chances of that? I hope you're watching this, mate. Who always munted. Their lager is bloody delicious. I won a whole box of these. Funny story. Actually, that's a great story. Not a great story. It's an okay one. I bought a barbecue a little while ago. Took ages before I decided to buy one. And then I went out with some mates and we're at the Bucketies Brewery, and these old fellas came up and they're saying we're doing a meat tray raffle. And I was like, "Oh, I've just bought a barbecue, guys. I'm absolutely getting some raffle tickets." And then we're sitting there and they're about to announce it. And I just said, "I've got a good feeling about this." And then they called my number and I went, stood up. Everyone's going wild. I just can't believe I've just won all this meat for my brand new barbecue. Walk over, they go, "Oh, congratulations, runners up. There's your beer." And I was like, "Thank you." No meat tray. I couldn't believe it. The one and only time I've won anything at a meat tray raffle, and it was beer. Anyway, moving on. Ooh, outdoor Matt's embracing Zoolander's derelict fashion style. um, oh, my next door neighbor owns the food van in there. That's sick. Yeah, the food there's great. Yeah, very good. Nachos, burgers. Tell them to hook me up. No, don't. Get you guys chasing some deer would be so much fun to watch. Jack McGrath. Yeah. Yeah, I do really want to get into hunting, but I just don't have the time for it, and it's something you can't mess around with. One day maybe. Luke, now Scotty has his swag. Can I suggest you work with Alton on a poncho, something large enough to cover their fly tent or the one tigress fly tent you used recently? That's not even a bad idea. Everybody, swamp them. Get over the Alton page. Let them know. Collab. We're going to take over. We're going to take over the world. Us. Anthony, Matsy, have you taken the nieces out for another adventure? That was a funny episode. If they're not already, they're not going to be in bed. It's not even 8:00. I think they're watching. Amy, are you guys still watching, or did you get bored of me already? Are the girls watching? Yes, take the girls again. Yeah, absolutely. It was honestly so much fun. It was, yeah, they're hilarious. Hello, girls, love you. Let's go camping again. And Eloise can teach us some more things about how to set up I can't even remember whatever she was setting, a sleeping bag. Great hot tips. That was a lot of fun. Actually, that was a great trip because we did like a farm stay. So as you saw, yeah, we went and saw all the camels and donkeys and stuff like that. In this all-terrain vehicle, and it was actually like I was a big kid. I was loving it. Paul McDonald, love the Matsy's Alton kitty tarp poncho. That's it. Hey, bring out the kitty poncho. Amy, I'll pack their bags now. Yeah, get them ready. Go. Caleb, I zoned out as I'm doing an assignment. We went from discussing a brewery and meat raffle to Matsy taking his nieces somewhere. Best uncle ever. Clever. Nicole, what's it? Lol, Amy Keen. Yeah, 100%. Amy and Mark need a break. Matsy, my cousin's doing a collab with Buckety's Brewery for his own beers. That's sick. And I've got a couple ideas of my own. I don't want to give away anything. Don't want anyone steal my ideas, but no time soon because it would just be a weird collab for me to be like, hey, I'm bringing out a craft beer. But sometime down the line, I've got a couple ideas up here that I think would be fun, like play on names and stuff like that. Graham Wells, well done, mate. Thank you. Jack McGrath, just checking out R&M Blades. Great kit. Yes, really good knives. So that knife, so I got sent the prototype for the Swagman's Companion. And then and he sent me out the proper one, the legitimate one once he got those done. But apart from that, like I don't have any affiliation. Like I don't need to say they're great knives if they're not. But anybody who's a hunter here probably knows of R&M Blades anyway, because Herb's a legend, Rob's a legend, whatever you call him. Ben Norris, have you had Bilson's? What do you think? Bilson's, is that a beer? Sean Gallagher, Matsy, what's your favorite camp cook up? Bacon in a cup. Every time, bacon in a cup. No, to be honest, like if I'm not filming, and I've said it in my videos before, but I always keep coming back trying to cook something great for some reason. Do I? You guys, when did you try cooking something great? I When I go camping, I'm like sausages, mate. Sausages on bread, mate, some steak, like just normal cook like camping cooking food. Um, so I don't have a gourmet one that's a go-to. So when you see me attempting to cook anything, like it's a lie. And that's why I mess it up every time. um, what's yours, Sean, mate? What's your go-to? What's your go-to? Give me some inspiration. Guys, okay, I had a sick idea. When I was looking to think about going full time with this, I was like, how can I get people more involved? Like, I want to like for my own sake, I want to have more sort of what's the word? Like interaction with you and the videos and stuff. And I thought this would be a good one. So I need to set up a PO box so you guys don't know my home address. But you guys could, or if you feel like it, send through a recipe, whether it's your own one or one you think would just be nice for me to cook or attempt, especially if it's difficult. Actually, that'd be hilarious. And then just like a little note or letter or something you want me to read out. It could be anything. It could be like a philosophical quote. It could be a lame poem. It could just be like a support message, whatever, or a shout out to someone you know or whatever. I thought that would be sweet. So I've got the recipe. I start cooking it, and I'm reading out whatever you've sent with it. That would be cool. So I've got to set up a PO box. Remind me of that because I have my brain doesn't stop, and I have 1 million ideas, and they're fleeting. They come and go. Love a good steak cook up. Yeah, I agree. Steak's great. Put it straight on the coals, not even on a grill or anything, just straight on top of the coals. Nothing sticks to it. It brushes off straight away, and it tastes so good. Paul McDonald, where is your one sausage vid gone? Yeah, that's the one where I'm in the van to begin with, packing the bag. I unlisted a few videos because YouTube was really struggling to categorize me because I had like some really random. A lot of them, most of them were outdoors, but it wasn't like a niche, so to speak. And the second I unlisted a couple of those sort of more left of field videos, the channel started to grow so much more. And I was like, oh, I wish I'd known about this earlier. So I don't want to get pigeonholed, but like I like doing the outdoor sort of camping, exploring sort of ones. You guys like watching those, and that's that. Boop, 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 boop. What do we got here? Sil, you seem like sorry I keep coughing and stuff. It's probably really annoying to watch, but my throat is so sore. I gotta drink more of this tea. This cold tea. We've probably been talking for 5 hours. Sil, you seem like someone who can appreciate a good dad joke. What's your favorite? Oh no, don't put me on. Don't put me on the spot like that. Yeah, dad jokes are great. Oh, far out. I'll have to get back to you. Don't know. I just like pointing out a good observation of something with some dad sarcasm. That's my favorite. Have you ever been able to look back on your early videos and see yourself grow, not only in terms of your ability on YouTube, but as an explorer and as a person? You grow, like, yes. Okay, one, I don't think anybody would disagree that the quality of the videos has gone up. You learn a lot along the way. A lot of it's feedback too, and watching other channels. Don't just watch any channel though. Find one that you feel like your content or whatever is sort of in the same lines with, and even the person. Because you don't want to be like, oh, that video is doing really well, I'll just mimic what they're doing. You want to be like, okay, who's in line with what I'm doing, and why do I think I enjoy watching their videos, and then learn from that. As an explorer and all that, honestly, like I've probably gotten, not really. I got all of my outdoor experience from time in the infantry. Like I'd say if anything, my skills have degraded with time. No, you just get comfortable in the bush. I haven't really been in too many situations over the last few years making these videos where I haven't really known where I am or anything, or felt like I would ever be in that at that risk. As a person, yeah, making these videos, I reckon definitely because you're seeing yourself. It's I've said it before. It's sort of like I feel like it would be very similar to why people write a journal or a diary to reflect on things they've written the day before. Yeah, I hope that answered that question. Jason Sweet, love a bit of an analog interaction, old school. Yeah. Aussie Phil, what's the weirdest thing you've seen out in the middle of the bush? Probably that cabin. Probably that cabin by far. Scotty's gone walkabouts. Oh, where'd it go? Oh no. Well, don't read his message again. No, I think here we go. Oh, he says, I don't burn food, I caramelize it. Oh, nice one. I'm still that. Fiona Beasley, how you going? Fried rice using the rice cups partially cooked. So easy, so good. Especially if you chop up the veggies in a Sambo bag and take with you. Yes, that's true. Bit of soy and sesame oil, egg, yummy and super quick. That actually sounds really good. And that sounds really good right now too. I would like that right now. Yeah, definitely prepping stuff before going out is a big one. Because you end up messing around. Like it's one thing if you're not filming, but if you're filming and trying to prep food and move the camera to keep its interest, it's a mess. Oh, dude. Oh, Simon. Sounds like an email address would be easier than a PO box. Correct. 100% would be. I'm probably looking at correct. So the PO box idea. Someone mentioned that to me because they're like, set up the PO box because people want to like send you things to like check out whether it's gear or whatnot. And I was like, that's a good idea. And then I started thinking the recipe thing. It's true, but I think the note would be cool. Like I think I'm old school in that sense. If you send it through email, my ADD I'll just siphon through emails like nothing. But if I got the piece of paper in front of me, I'm so dumb like that, so basic. But you're right, email. Oh, Dave, will you go back to that place where the couple stopped you from filming? Was that the place with the military history? I don't know. Yeah, I definitely did plan on it. I don't know. So I've had this conversation with a few people. So you can't camp around that area. Like, yeah, you can't stay overnight in that national park. And I sort of felt like I only made the cabin video really work with my content in the channel because I could stay over and still make it like an overnight thing. But don't get me wrong, like, I know that a lot of you would probably find it really interesting, and I would find it really interesting, but in terms of, like, trying to get the channel to work properly, it's so hard to explain. The algorithm is a mess, dude, like, it is complicated. I don't know, like, I really need to stick to doing my outdoor stuff. Like, if I start doing the historical stuff, yeah, it's weird. It doesn't work, like, even the German carving ones in Narrabeen. Yeah, same thing. Like I thought it was really interesting. There was heaps of comments on it, but that was one of the videos that I hid. And as soon as YouTube was like, okay, you just do outdoor wild camping, books, like we'll start sort of showing you to other people. But yeah, it'd be sick though, wouldn't it? Maybe I could just do it as a side video because I really want to get out there. Good question. Outdoor Mac PO box would be interesting. You could make sure you don't open the letters until you're reading them. That's a good idea too. That could be dangerous. You're probably saying that on purpose, aren't you, mate? Yeah, PO box would be more impactful and personal. I agree, Anthony. Hello, Anthony. How you going, mate? I apologize to anybody who's been in here trying to write a message for ages and I haven't seen it yet. It's not I just want you to know that it's not clear. Like I'm just sort of quickly grabbing things out as it's moving. Hang on, Eric. How you going, Eric? Parks are restrictive, campfires, etc. Yeah, they can be. Yeah. Um, Jack McGrath. Why are there zero bushcraft podcasts? I don't know. I think there must be. Surely. Does Paul Kirtley from the UK have a podcast? Someone in here will know if there is a podcast one. A bushcraft podcast. It's definitely not a trap. Do it. So trusting. Nero, how you going, mate? Congrats, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining. Nero. Yep. Bushcraft from was it Bushcraft Survival Australia? A lot of you guys would recognize Nero. Another member of Group 6 Pinkfish. Kurt, I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Pemmican and Jerky, life saves out bush. Yeah, Jerky, Biltong. Oh no, where'd that message just go? Yeah, Kurt, how you going anyway, mate? You're a legend. I've been watching some of your videos, and I wish I had more reasons to use an axe. Lundy's Wild Camp Bushcraft, how you going, dude? Good morning from England. Congrats on the subs, mate. What time is it in England? Thank you. I really appreciate it, dude. Thanks for tuning in from the UK. That is wicked. Yeah, Dave. Paul Kirtley has one. Okay, so you go. Paul Kirtley's got bushcraft, or it's like outdoorsy podcast. Still, have you had any scary moments with wildlife? I feel like the answer is yes, but not with wild dogs. In the training grounds that we would go to in the army, there was it was always brown snakes, and there was wild dogs too. Not the guy wasn't from my platoon. They wasn't from my company, so I was in a different area. But we heard that they were doing a big attack, and he was doing a section attack, running along, and then there was like a little tiny divot in the ground. So he apparently just like ran and jumped into this little divot just to give himself a bit of cover while he's firing. And as he's jumped into it, he's realized that he's jumped on top of a whole like pit of baby brown snakes, and he's rolled sideways out of it. And it was confirmed by staff and other dudes. Yeah, a big pit of brown snake, and somehow not one of them bit him, even though they're generally, from what I've heard, like quite aggressive. Just got super lucky. He literally dived right on top of all of them and rolled out. That would have been hectic. Johnny V, loving the videos. Glad you got the issue sorted, dude. So am I. Because I'm sick and I'm not very technical. There's a long story. I won't get into it, but because I pre-scheduled the live stream, but I pre-scheduled it with different settings. So it was going to go through an app, not directly through YouTube, because I was going to use my DSLR camera, but I had issues with it. And then I tried using the original scheduled live stream anyway, but I couldn't get the video to come up with my face, and I could see some of your comments. Then I was freaking out, going, "Can they see me, but I can't see them?" And I was like, "Why can't I see the video?" And realized it was trying to access the camera through the app. And so I was like, "Oh," so I got the app open up, and then it wouldn't work. I think because I was trying to use the webcam, and the settings were different, and because I was sick, I just could not. I could barely even get my brain together to think about what I needed to do. And then when I tried to just use the webcam, long story. I'm glad we got there. I'm so glad we got there. This has been actually heaps of fun. Swagman, just past 9 a.m. here in the UK. Okay, that's good timing. And it is, what is it now? It's about 8 o'clock here for us, or me here in Sydney anyway. Scott Ryman, would you and Scotty do a trip along all the Colo River from west side of the Blue Mountains and the Pina River? That place is beautiful. That would be pretty sick. That would be, yeah, we would probably do that. B Thompson, love your humor, mate. Cracks me up. Keep up the great work. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Joe Tack, Joe's Outdoor Entertainment. How you going, dude? Oh, here you go, mate. Sorry, sometimes I don't recognize names on YouTube from people I've been speaking to on Instagram because the name's slightly different or whatever. Yes, here you go, mate. Congratulations, 160 people watching and 1.5 hours in. Great chat. That is so weird. Where's the other 9,000 though? That's what I want to know. No kidding. It is so weird. Tristan, I seem to recall Army losing a war to the emus. Yeah, we won't get into that. Anthony Olsen, did your training in the army help or hinder you with wild camping? Look, I don't want to say that the training helped, but definitely my exposure to the outdoors and just being in some shocking situations and terrain and stuff, that definitely did, because I'll put my sleeping bag down anywhere. I don't care. I'm happy. I'm not worried about any of that. And it's funny, like when I go hiking or camping with other people or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, this isn't really. We need some flat ground," and I'm like, this is pretty flat, isn't it? Not in their minds. And then I have to remember I have slept in some crap. So yeah. Anyway. Luke's no, you're having a conversation with someone else in my chat. That's rude, but that's okay. No. High Country of Luke is a must do. Yes, agreed. I'm trying to pick out some names I haven't read yet. Joe Cara, you have any family or friends negative towards your goals? I'm so sorry, I'm coughing heaps. It's probably really bloody annoying. I need to be more aware of that. No, definitely not. No, my family is all really supportive, and so is my partner. So Fango has some issues with it. He's not too happy about it unless he's coming with me. That's a huge thing. Yeah, that's a huge thing. If the people around you aren't supportive, get rid of them. No, yeah, it would nearly be impossible if they weren't supportive. It would be very impossible. It'd be a very unhappy situation to be in. Just gonna have a rebellious streak. Everybody around me on that. Everybody around me, like family, Carly, like for anybody that knows me knows that I need to be doing this stuff. Not necessarily the channel, but the outdoor, getting away from society stuff, just to stay sane. It's who I am, and I enlisted into the army, and I was in the infantry, and I went overseas for 6 months on deployment because that's just the sort of stuff that I want to do with my time and my life. I don't want to have a normal life, and that's the best example I can make. I don't mean to keep being like, yeah, I was in the army. Let's talk more about that, but it's just yeah. So they just have to sort of accept that that's who I am. Ethan Finnick, how you going, mate? Have you ever considered having a crack at the Australian Alps walking track? I've eyed it off so many times. I think that would be sick. Yeah, definitely. There's so many things that I would love to do. Always you need. I love reading that name out before I read the message. You need to do this more, Matthew. It's brilliant hearing these things to get an insight. The live streams, yeah, I think I do. For anybody who was here earlier, and I was talking about actually paid for this app that allows you to set up your live stream really well, and you have more control of it. You can put banners up for to help with topics, and you can highlight people and things, and you can put slides up. I could literally live stream a window on the laptop. You're all thinking you're talking about it, but there's no way you'd be able to do this. I was actually using the app. I knew how to use it, but the camera bailed out of me, and then it all went to hell. So it would have been really good because I could have been like, hey, if you go to 6maps.com.au, it shows you really good maps. And so I reckon we do this more often. I'm waffling again. Hang on. Jason Sweeney is tagged. Yes, Fiona chasing. Great suggestion. Let me go up. I can't see. Here. Fiona. Hello, Fiona. How you going? Another one of my channel members and long-time supporters who always leaves a wicked comment. I always enjoy reading your comments. Congrats on reaching 10k subs. Ever thought about venturing in the Flinders Ranges region here in South Australia? It's a phenomenal place. Yeah, absolutely. That is another one. It's another one on the list. There's a million things on the list. Robert, done a Kmart overnight survival challenge? No, but I was thinking recently, and I don't know how many of like some of the items I'd be able to get of doing like a Vinnie's. I shouldn't have said someone's gonna steal it. But doing a Vinnie's overnight sort of challenge. So getting everything from a Vinnie's from a secondhand store instead of like Anaconda or Kmart or whatever. I think that'd be sick because you get, and maybe I would look weird too. Anthony, hopefully you get an experience with a traditional owner who invites you to an important cultural site and teaches you a story. That would be epic for a video. 100%. I would love to get up into Arnhem Land too. That would be unreal. Even without the camera, just for my own experience. Jack McGrath, reacting to other outdoor videos with your commentary would be a good laugh. That would actually be fun too, yeah. The Grampians, Eric, yes, I agree, the Grampians. Jazz? Hey, do squirrels have any sense of humor? Hello from Alabama. Hello to you in Alabama. Oh, we don't have squirrels. Was there a joke there and I've missed it? I wish we had squirrels here. They're hilarious. FS Bound, what up? Hey Matsy, how you gonna go camping without a campfire the next few months? Blanket park, fire blanket by parks. Yes, until March. Love the videos. Yeah, it's a great question. I'm sure there's still places. Is there? I haven't looked at it recently, to be honest. Yeah, I'll have to take the gas cooker. Irresponsible. Pilbara, check it out, 100%. The Pilbara. Oh, message retracted. Amy, again, Amy Outdoors. When you head to the Flinders Ranges, call into the Riverland on your way back, and I'll take you out for a backwaters floodplain paddle. Okay. Sick. Floodplain paddle. That's another wicked thing about having this channel. Some of the people that you get to network with and get in touch with and learn things from. I've had like German people who live here now. One of you might even be in here, who do like epic cooking, and they want to teach me things. I'm like, I could really do with that. Dips bow hunting. Scotty's going. He's laughing at something Scotty said. Oh, here we go. Scotty's going to walk about. I'm gonna steal your Vinny's idea. Thanks, mate. You. And the thing is, he'd get the video out before me too, wouldn't he, the bastard? Robert Mahood, Sco's gonna walk about, make the challenge $250 each. Whatever doesn't get spent goes to Black Dog or something. That's a cool idea. We could do a fundraiser for it or something. That would actually be. Imagine Scotty and I kitted up Vinny's walking down the street, about to hop in the big Jeep. That'd be great. Marco, how we going, mate? Hey, Matsy, love the vids. Are you planning on doing a full gear haul video anytime soon? Yeah, actually, part of this, I do have something else coming. I don't want to sit in front of this cam, Twitchy. I've set up a little studio. It's not with this lighting either or with this camera, FYI. It's going to be much nicer. I've already filmed something. I've set up this space here in this room so I can do like, not necessarily just gear reviews, but so I do a trip and then I can do a video in here where I do a breakdown of like what I used. If there's specific things maybe that is worth sort of noting. So yeah, definitely. Good question. Robert Daly, hey Matsy, congrats on the 10K subs. Thank you, appreciate that. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Big shout out to Scotty too for trusting me to go on that very first trip I went on, because it's definitely helped, obviously. But then everyone realized I'm hilarious and a really nice dude, so they all stopped watching his channel and they all came over here. So thanks, mate. Appreciate it. It's honestly, it's so weird. When I first started, I remember getting to 100. I remember getting to 100 and just being like, I've done it. 100 subs. We've done it. He's the German. Oh yeah, you're the German. Yeah, Joe Tack. How you going, dude? Yeah, you got to teach me some cooking stuff and some trout stuff. Um, and don't think I've forgotten about that. I just have, yeah, the 1 million things that I've got on my to-do list. But actually, I want to start getting down that way soon again. So yes, we should tee that up. Big Chief, do you enjoy smoking tobacco around the campfire? I like organic tobacco for spiritual purposes, and the blood and the buzz is nice too. Okay, yes, it is. No, I don't, but there's someone here who does. Luke's little tribe. Whoa! Oh, someone, Robert, upvote the Scotty versus Swagman Village Vinny's challenge, and with a nice donation. Oh man, this is wild. Honestly, this is so wild. This donation thing is weird. I'll probably, when I finish this live stream and I go finally like sit somewhere and just relax because I'm so not relaxed right now, I'm probably gonna cry just from everybody's like, ugh, just how nice everyone is. Anyway, Ben Norris, have you ever gotten lost camping to a point you've been worried? No, I haven't. In that latest video where I couldn't find my shelter, that was a bit weird. But it was sweet because I had that belt rig on. I literally had everything with me. I had all my belongings with me. And like I knew I was in the area where the shelter was, but at nighttime everything is always either a lot closer than you think it's going to be, or it's a lot further away than you think it's going to be. It was just further up the hill by like another 30 meters or something. No, I've never really felt lost. Wrecked dialect, sick name. Big Chief. Ooh, asking. Correct. Won't continue that one. You can read it there anyway. He's asking if I'm into LSD or mushrooms. Big. Oh no, speaking of Big Chief, gotcha. Scotty's gonna walk about. A loophole to the fire ban is if you camp on Crown land, which a lot of rivers are, like the Shoalhaven. That way you're out of park boundaries, so long as there's no total fire ban. Yeah, that's true. Aussie Phil, Scotty needs a mustache. Well, Scotty seems to think he had a mustache last year, but I don't remember it. Do you? Nicole, that was so funny. Lost shelter. Yeah, it was hilarious. It was actually pretty funny. I thought it was hilarious. Another thing, being yourself when you record things makes it so easy, because if I hadn't been able to find that shelter, I would turn the camera on and just be like, I can't find that shelter. It is gone. And video's not ruined. It's probably just even better because you guys already know what I'm like. So, whereas if I was like, yeah, bushcraft guy here, I'm just gonna build a shelter and go do some trout fishing, catch some dinner, and then I come back and I'm a serious bushcraft guy and I can't find my shelter. Big problems. Dave couldn't find his way back to his pile of twigs. Correct, because everything just looked like a pile of twigs. Jack McGrath, chest pack versus bum bag. Thoughts? It's they both got their own use, so it depends like what you're using it for. But just generally speaking, the chest pack's better if you've got a pack on, especially a pack that sits down like around your hips. You couldn't really get that belt rig on with a standard pack. They reckon, I've got it here. I have been told that the Helicontex Bergen backpack works with the belt rig because the Bergen is only short. I tried that on before I did my review, and you could, like, it sits on top of it a bit though, and there's not really great adjustment options with the Bergen. So you wouldn't want to have much weight in the Bergen backpack. So I've forgotten what the question was. Yeah, the chest pack if you're wearing a backpack. The belt rig is sick, literally, if you're doing like a minimal gear sort of thing, or you're just going somewhere for a day, walk, fishing, whatever. Because it's really not gimmicky. Which is why I didn't buy it originally a couple years ago when I first saw it, and I was like, oh, that looks cool. I want it. And then I was trying to think of when I'd use it. I was like, I just look like a weird guy walking around with that on, looking like webbing from the army. But being able to like keep everything with you, you don't have to take your pack off, put it down while you're fishing, and then remember to keep getting the bag while you're moving up or down, moving upstream, not moving downstream while you're fishing for trout. Now I know it's good for that sort of stuff. I've waffled again. Big answer to a simple question. There are some funny comments in it. Lindy's Wild Camp Bushcraft. Got to go enjoyed. Yeah. See you, mate. If you haven't already left, thanks. I really appreciate you stopping by. Got bored of me. No kidding. How long have we been talking for? It's nearly 8:20. Did we start this? We started like 6:45, didn't we? Phew. I don't know when to end this. Jack McGrath, staying with Buy Me a Coffee now that you're full time. Yeah, big. I'm still trying to work out what to do. To be honest, I think Buy Me a Coffee will stay there just because it's free. It's free for me to use, and they don't take any part of any of the donations, which is really good. YouTube, even if you join as a member, they take like 30% of the donation, and it's not so much that I want more of what you're trying to send me. It's that I would rather anything you're trying to send to keep the channel like going. I would rather that go to the channel rather than lose 30% of it to YouTube. So that's why I'm trying to work out whether to do a Patreon account. Honestly, a lot of it is above me, and I'm trying to read a lot, speak to a lot of people to get like real feedback to work out what to do. But yeah, if you're like supporting through Buy Me a Coffee, feel free to stay on there for now because it's not going anywhere. And if I end up doing a Patreon or anything where I'm offering more content for the people who are paying for the extra content, I'll put out a big message and I'll say it in videos at the end or whatever to let you know. So you can, if you want to, you can unsubscribe from there and move over to the one where there's actually like extra stuff coming. But for now, there isn't. So wherever you are helping from, that's sweet. Jason Sweeney, I'm in for an all-nighter too until Matsy completely loses his voice. Yeah, it's going to be hell tomorrow. It's probably not going to be good for the next video I film, to be honest. Luke's Little Tribe, time to get a beer and some popcorn for the next 2 hours. I should get a beer. We should just call it let's just get beers. Yes, do a Patreon? Yeah. Yeah, okay. There's a few people now saying Patreon. When I did the poll, it was like 99% people saying Patreon. I think Patreon's good because most people who pay to support a creator do it through Patreon already if it's for someone else, so it's easy to use, they get it. YouTube's weird, like heaps of people don't even know how to get to join to become a member. That was another thing I was looking forward to using the app for with the split screen, because I could literally go through and show you how to use certain things on the YouTube page. Like, because let's face it, heaps of people who use YouTube don't really play around with it. They just search a video, watch a video. They don't need to know anything more than that. So it would have been good to show you like where the bell is so that you get notified when a video drops, things like that. How to join if you are someone who wants to support the channel but you don't know how to do it. I could have shown you like directly on the screen. Anyway, I've got to do a bit of catch up here. Ben Norris, yes, do a Patreon. Just put all options out there, YouTube, Patreon, etc., etc. Yeah, and that's sort of what I've got at the moment. Well, I don't have Patreon yet, but I would rather get it all consolidated, I guess. So that way, if I do offer more content or whatever, it'll be there. See you, Matsy might jump on later. That's fine, Josh. Thanks, mate. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. Legend. You're the reason I just bought a Foxtrot off eBay after seeing last video. Can't wait for it to turn up. Yeah, sick. Yeah, it's great. I actually really enjoy it. And within 10 minutes of being out there, I was like, I wish I had bought this 2 years ago because, yeah, I really like it. And it's comfortable. Get to the Patreon, mate. This is your full-time gig now. Yeah, I agree. It makes sense. Scotty's gone walkabout. What's your dream trip? Yeah, I got talking a bit too much about weird stuff there, didn't I? What's my dream trip? Something epic. Something epic. Problem is you leave people at home when you go and do epic big trips. I don't know. I've seen Fjell Raven do an Arctic thing where you go with like with dogs and sleds and stuff, and they've just opened. I think they've just opened up applications for that, and I wanted to apply last year when it came around. So something like that in like an environment where I haven't been before. I'd love to go to Alaska. I don't know, but go with people who live there and can show me and keep me safe and alive. Jack, what do you wish you would have known camera gear wise when you first started? Yeah, good question. Scotty's taught me a few little things with camera settings because like up until this channel, like I never did any videoing with cameras. It was always just stills. So there was things I didn't really know how to apply, which I won't go into now because I won't know how to explain it either. I knew early on that the audio has to be good, so I bought a Rode microphone straight away. So that's why the audio's always been decent, unless there's water in the background. When it comes to post-production, like I really suck at trying to get rid of annoying sounds. Everything I do in my videos, I've learnt just myself watching things on YouTube or whatever. So yeah, that's maybe really it with in regards to cameras. Cross the Simpson Desert. Yeah, that'd be cool, Philip. That would be sweet. My throat is so sore. I had lozenges. I can't find them. Fiona, as a photographer, I drool over the Arctic landscapes. Dream location. Yeah, it looks unreal. Yeah, you would get some sick photos there too. I just think it would be such a wild experience. I think it'd be great, especially with the sled dogs. That would be sick. Gent X collab with Lost Lakes or Xander would be awesome. Yeah, it would be awesome, and I wish that they would even see me when I leave a comment. Yeah, everybody would like to do a collab with them, that's for sure. And if it ever happens, I'll thank my lucky stars. I know Scotty chats with some of these people. I know he could get a trip going if if he took the time to do it. Like if we didn't have busy lives, for sure. And he should do it. Dave, going packrafting in NZ with Scotty? Potentially. I need to look at all the stuff that he sent me just today and yesterday. And it'll happen if it's not this one, it'll be another one, that's for sure. I mean, if we don't go there this time and we go somewhere else. Bush Cubs Adventures, cheers, bro. Like a cricket style, seeing you to getting to where you deserve is inspiring. Thanks, mate. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's honestly been inspiring just for myself. Just that sounds weird. I mean, in terms of like everyone's support and just seeing how the channel grows and like meeting people like Scotty and Luke and that. Yeah. Yeah. I hope this YouTube channel really does continue to grow and works out because yeah, I love this gig. Do an Alaska trip with the outdoor boys guy. Okay. YouTube. Kimberley Adventure. You know that is 100% on the cards. Mark Wilson, how are we, brother? I jump on YouTube for a bit of downtime tonight, and this guy's out here doing live streams now. Congrats on the 10K, mate. Cheers, mate. I really appreciate it. Actually, mate, they were asking me about injuries earlier on, and I actually told them Mark was on the soccer team where I went up for a header and then crumped my kneecap. So he was there for that. And thanks, Mark. Mark is actually going back to camera stuff. He's helped me. What is it exactly like you do? You do cinematography and stuff. So he's given me a lot of help when it comes to cameras and lenses and things like that, which has been really good because he knows, and all you guys know, I'm learning on the fly. We've got saying capitals here. Better read it. Mike Nolan, it worked. When will we see you doing a stealth camp in the middle of a roundabout in a ghillie suit? I don't know if this is just by chance or whether you saw me put out a story, could have even been a year ago, where I was like, you will never see me stealth camp in the middle of a roundabout, because I just seen it somewhere on YouTube and I was just like, never. I thought it was ridiculous. Where is Sassy the Sasquatch? What? Ever Dawsy 87 ever wigged out at night thinking a yowie is close by? No. I don't believe in him. I don't want to lose any followers by saying I don't believe in you. Nah, they could be out there. Anything's possible. Aussie Phil would love to see grab a random city boy, soy boy, and take him out and teach him. There's more to life than cafes and concrete. Yeah, I've thought about doing something like that for a video concept as well. Actually, I think it would be funny but interesting as well. Nathan Lane, ever thought of a collaboration with Bo Miles? Imagine the randomness, dude. Yes, it came up earlier, and like I laughed just thinking about how ridiculous that would be. And then everybody headed over there and sent her a message saying do a collab with the Silly Swagman. I don't know if they did, but you could also go help make that happen. Yeah, no, that would be sick. Just meeting Bo, I reckon that would be really a very interesting conversation. Sorry, guys, I'm really losing this voice now. I'm like an hour past regretting this in the morning. That's for sure. A lot of messages coming in. Timothy Cook on your Matsy. Cheers, mate. Roundabout theory. Look into it. Okay, Dave. Yowies don't matter when you're staying cool with a Glacier Flow portable refrigerator and having an Iron and Swagman's companion on your belt. Damn right, brother. Damn right. Duffy Norris Bailey, the missus wants to know why no one ever talks about the discomforts like going to the toilet at night in the freezing rain or being crook in the middle of nowhere. Okay, I should have a notepad here, a notepad pen, put down some ideas. That was something I was 100% going to do before everything went south, and then I just lost full control of the situation, and all prepping went out the window. We all know Bo v Matsy will get 1 million views. Just saying, yeah, because of Bo. How about doing a video with minimal kit, e.g. the 10Cs? Yeah, I should do one more along those lines. That's for sure. Hey, Matsy, congrats on 10K subscribers. May your channel keep growing tenfold. Thank you, Intrepid Encounters. I really appreciate that. I hope so. I really hope so. I feel like with support like this, I feel invincible. The channel feels like it's just going to keep moving because of you guys. Love the content, and you, Matsy, also would love a Silly Swagman badge for my scout uniform if you ever thought about it. Okay. I've got like a Velcro patch. I know you're thinking about one you could stitch on though, couldn't you? Maybe you could remove the Velcro from it. David Moody Outdoors. Looks like Luke's talking to everybody. Plenty of yowies around Brisbane Water National Park, so I've heard. Takes note, Wingemore. Tony G. Hi, legend. Been a follower. Tony G. Hi, legend. Been a follower for a long time. Enjoy the great, informative, and fun content. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. Big time. Legend. Robert Daly. Hey, Matt. See, I'm off. I'm going back to my camp. Looking forward to your next video. Going back to your camp? Sick. Thanks, mate. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate all the messages. Yeah, it's been wicked. Enjoy your camp. Going back to his camp. I'm jealous. Scotty's gone walkabout. I legit heard a yowie around my tent in Brisbane Water National Park. No joke. Oh. Yeah, I think I've heard this. Apparently Luke asked a question. Hit the like button, legends. You tell them, Dave. Absolutely. That's all you got to do. Hit the like button, drop a comment. Just a thumbs up, whatever. Beating around the bush. That is a good name for a channel. Congrats on 10K, mate. I reckon I'll get there in 30 years. Don't be like that, mate. Ramp it up. Ramp it up. Be positive. Carly's probably in bed now, and I'm screaming in this room. And she's like, some of us have to go to work tomorrow. Aussie Phil, I cut onions like a pro bumper sticker. I like it. I like the captions you did on the catch and cook cocktail video. Yeah. Do you mean like the little words and things that I add in on the screen now and again? Toolsy, Hooly Dooly, I caught a live one. Ben Norris, congrats on 10K. Thanks, mate. Legend. Timothy Cook, they reckon they're up behind Woy Woy near Rocky Ponds. Okay, anyway, we're getting very yowie here. Rob's Bushcraft and Adventures. Legend, how are ya? What's he said? You found the live button, mate. Nice. Yes. Oh, mate. Absolute chaos. Absolute chaos. Congrats on 10K. Thanks, mate. Anybody who hasn't been over to his channel yet, head over to Rob's Bushcraft and Adventures channel because he built a pretty sick shelter by hand out there, and it is wicked. And there's great content of the build, and I'm very jealous of it. I think I should get around there actually, and we should do a cook up in there. Timothy Cook. Luke's Little Tribe, come to Vicar and we should do a video trying to find the mysterious big black cat that lives in the forest here. Yes, we should. Let's do that. Ryan, woo, onwards and upwards, very entertaining. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Legend. Cheers for the shout out, mate. No worries, Rob. Dude, you deserve it, 100%. Man in his top. How you going, dude? Hey, Matsy, what's the plan for... I'm still yelling. Sorry, Carly. Very sorry. What's the plan for getting out for the rest of the year? Weekly videos, 2 trips a week? What's the plan? There are certain YouTube channels where you could do multiple videos a week. Outdoor content is not one of them just because of everything that goes into it. Like I'm doing 1 a week at the moment, and it's perfect because I can go away on the Monday, Tuesday, or come back Wednesday, depending on what sort of trip it is. And then I've got the rest of the week to edit. And then I can just do some final touches up on the weekend if need be. Goes up on Sunday. Yeah, it's perfect. But then I set up a little room in here, if you missed that, to do some gear sort of stuff. So whether it's this is what I had in my pack on that trip, here's more of a breakdown and more information on the items. So that I'm thinking I'll do on Tuesday. I've already got one filmed, ready to go. So that'll go public on Tuesday night. And that was on this belt rig that I used in my last video. So we could end up with 2 videos a week, like sort of on the odd occasion. But it'll definitely be one trip a week and things, unless things happen. Like, I'm pretty sick right now, so I'm just hoping I'm feeling okay on Tuesday. Great chat, mate. I'm off to have some dinner. Oh my gosh, I haven't even had dinner. See you, Paul. I really appreciate it, mate. I haven't had dinner, guys. I was thinking today, I was like, I should have made it later, like 8, because people are going to be having dinner. Not because I didn't want you to all be here, but because I thought, oh, I don't want people trying to like eat their food and write messages. I feel sorry for them. Luke's almost been my mediator. He's answering some questions. I really appreciate that, dude. I should have made you a mediator. Jim, could watch you all night, but I have to fade away. Great hanging out, man. Good night and congrats on 10K. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. See you around. See you, dude. VTV, only a dweeb cares how much a man cuts his onions. Put it on a shirt. How are we going, guys? Like, I feel like I'm sort of fading away with my answers. Should I stop now? Do you want me to keep going for a little bit longer? I'm happy to, but yeah, I don't know. Is it running dry? Maybe we just need a topic, like a really, I don't know. It's so hard because I can't keep up with all the messages. I'm gonna scroll to the bottom again. You should eat, Matsy. Yes, Eric, correct. I could just go grab some. Nah, because you gotta watch and eat. That's not cool. This is gonna end up you hang up. No, you hang up thing. 100%. Yeah, maybe I should. You're right. Maybe I should just before you go. Can we get a cold still? We've done it again. I'll do that at the end. Don't you worry about that. Never listen to chat for advice. Go to bed. 100%. I think this is a good time to sign off. Fiona, have a fantastic night, Matsy. Lovely to catch you live, and I hope you feel better soon. So do I. Go have dinner. I've got to go. It's all the best of me. All right, guys. Hang on. Yep, cool. See you, Fiona. Thank you for dropping by. Roam free. I haven't seen it. Keep them going. I'm enjoying listening to this as I set up camp on the Bellinger River. Love you. Oh, wicked. Go to bed and rest. My sister has told me go to bed and rest, so I should do it. Sing us a song. Nature Emergency. Cheers, mate. Best of luck. Yeah, everyone's signing off. This is it. This is the time. All right, I'll give you a cold-blooded. We've done it again, and then we're out of here. We've done it again. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on this live stream. Finally, I promise the next one will run a lot smoother. I appreciate all the messages and comments. I think it went really well. I don't really know what to do with this once I stop it. I might be able to keep it up for people who missed it for a little bit. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'm going to go have some food and hate myself in the morning because my throat is going to suck. See you guys. Thank you. Yep. Good night. Legends. This is crazy. You guys are wicked. All right. I'm going to press that button any second. I think it's good. See you guys. We've done it again.